What's going on, my fellow residents? It's me, TheFrozenCavern, and today we're going to continue through our journey through Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. In the last episode, we arrived in Hallow Bastion, and, well, no, in the last episode, we continued in Hallow Bastion, and then we did some extra stuff because, well, I wanted to save this for a very, very special moment. Because it is, indeed, a very, very special moment. One of the most memorable moments in the entire Kingdom Hearts franchise. But you'll see why in a little bit. Now, as I was saying last episode, because I did say it last episode, this is a very, very good spot for limit form grinding. And thankfully, this fight is pretty long, so I'll be able to explain it. Well, explain why.
You mean it's his nobody?
The leader of Organization 13.
Wait a minute. Now I know. Wise Ansem, I'm here to seek your advice.
I'm glad we have the opportunity to speak like this, my friend. I'm intrigued by your hypothesis, and I'm finding it difficult to stave off the urge to test it. Still, I'm concerned about the stability of the worlds.
Yup, that's what worries me too.
The doors that appeared, the place the Heartless seek. I fear my research may have brought this upon us.
Master Ansem, regarding the experiment I presented the other day, with your permission, I'd like to proceed.
I forbid it! Forget this talk of doors and the heart of all worlds. That place must not be defiled.
But Master Ansem, I've been thinking...
They are not. Those thoughts are best forgotten.
Now I remember. Xehanort, Ansem's apprentice. The leader of Organization 13 is Xehanort's nobody.
Let's go!
But we have to get through all of them first.
Move it!
You can't let Xehanort get away!
Right!
And we have very awesome music to boot, just to get into that. Ah, goodness. Alright, time to try and explain a lot of things about this fight. So, for one, well, I can explain the whole limit thing when I actually get to, well, I'm about to, because apparently my drive gauge can recover very quickly. And I need to get, wait, oh right, I forgot, it's 4, not 3. But that's one thing. In order for me to go into my limit form, I need to have the thing at 4 instead of 3, which is what Valor form and Wisdom form would usually be. Now, the reason why I said earlier that this was a very good spot for limit form grinding is because the way that limit form levels up is that for each of these finishers that you use, it only counts if the last hit is actually activated. So, given that you're in this fight for a pretty long time, you can just keep refilling the gauge and you'll more than likely be fine. Now, I have to do some things for safety because you can still relatively easily die in this fight, and I need to make sure I don't do that. Otherwise, I will end up having to redo the entire fight. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. So, okay. But yeah, I can literally do this indefinitely. And now we have dodge roll. Well, kind of. And also, we get MP back every time we get hit. That way we don't have to really waste an ether, unless I feel like I need to. And one thing that helps out with that is that the little limit things that we do, they fill up our HP. So it's pretty much an almost infinite loop of whatever we want. And then there's also ability that while an MP charge, basically when your MP is empty, it makes the drive gauge refill faster. So yay. If I can actually hit stuff though, that would be nice. Do that for safety. My goodness, please. Alright. But yeah, I'm going to be doing this for the entire fight. By the way, this is 1,000 Heartless. 1,000 Heartless in a single fight. My goodness, like, if they could do this on the PlayStation 2, imagine what Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna have. Like, if... I just want to imagine that. Alright, give me the thing, please. You need a lot for strike rate. That's weird. Never really noticed that. And I'm not going to be able to get away... No, can't get away with another one, unfortunately. But, it's fine. I got a lot of time in this fight, which also leaves time for a lot of explaining. So, one thing that you might have noticed is that in the cutscene, Donald and Goofy ran off. I have no idea where they ran, because there's pretty much no way they would be able to escape, so... Yeah, they kind of just disappeared somewhere. So, yay. But, yeah, that's one thing, and then another thing you also might have noticed is that cutscene, and I believe that is the only cutscene in the game where Sora has the Kingdom Key, which is basically the key you start off with, which normally doesn't happen throughout the series. I don't know why it does for that one scene, but it just does. Now, one thing that I remember, I don't remember if it was like promotional art or in a trailer or something like that, but I remember that in showcasing this fight, and my goodness, okay. That's fun. Let me use that for safety, and then this. That way I can get at least one of these limits off. But it was either promotional art. Can you stop hitting me while I'm doing my limit? Yeah, that's another thing. You can still get hit while you're doing these. So if you manage to get hit, it doesn't count. It only works, well, the experience only counts when you actually do like the last hit. So yay. Oh, that's gonna be fun to have to deal with. But it was either promotional art or a trailer where it showed off this fight. However, there were two behemoths, if you remember, in the first game. There were two, like, giant, purple, whatever they are. Well, in Kingdom Hearts 1, or at least Kingdom Hearts 1 original, they were purple. I don't think they were purple in the Final Mix versions. But, yeah, they're not here. Probably because the PlayStation 2 couldn't handle that. And, yeah. By the way, the behemoths aren't even in Kingdom Hearts 2 to begin with, so I guess they just couldn't manage to fit them into the game somehow. I need one more hit. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I can't speak, but by the way, since there's so many Heartless around, I can just use one strike rate and it'll get me back up to full health because it hits everything. And one thing that kind of makes this fight a little bit underwhelming is that there's only like 2 enemy types. Like, I want to assume that, like, Kingdom Hearts 3, it will have a lot more enemy types, because I'm expecting Kingdom Hearts 3 to have a lot of, like, epic moments, obviously. But I'm also kind of expecting something to the grand scale of this. And one other thing I need to point out is that not all 1,000 Heartless are on the screen at the same time. You just can't really notice it. They did a pretty good job of hiding it, but some of the Heartless, they aren't actually there, just like they're just like images, I guess, or animations. They don't actually like exist until you get close enough to them. So yeah, I guess that's kind of how it worked on PlayStation 2 for it to actually function, because if it didn't, ooh, either that would be a laggy fight, or it just wouldn't work at all. Now, by the way, this whole form thing works with any of the limits, but I just like using strike rate. It helps out the most. And is that everything? I believe that's everything. We still have a good 150. I need to use that so I don't end up dying. Yeah, that's why I still had a few potions on standby, just in case. Because I'm going to be low on MP, or just not have MP at all throughout this entire fight. And also, using the snag command, it gets rid of like 50 if you're in a good direction. Or it can get rid of only like 4 if you're not. But yeah, as you can see, the numbers are decreasing. And they're not attacking me at all, because I'm not close enough to them. So, yeah. Going back on the whole animation thing. Let's get in there.
Let's go. Give me strength.
It feels good to just absolutely destroy these guys, but at the same time, it's like, it kind of shows how, I guess, broken kind of Sora is in this game. Because compared to Kingdom Hearts 1, and I hope, okay, I was hoping I wouldn't get comboed to death, but in like Kingdom Hearts 1, he was not nearly this broken to be able to withstand fighting all these guys at once. Okay, stop that. I'm gonna have to fight back now. Please, stop it. It's gonna dodge roll for safety. Alright. I should be able to get another one of these off. Actually, I think I'm at the max level. I don't remember. Because I have Valor Form, so that's at 3. And then Wisdom, which sets the highest bar to 4. Limit, which would be 5. And then Master brings it up to 6. Okay, so I'm nowhere near the top, actually. But we are nearing the end of the fight. My goodness, this just shreds them. That was amazing. Alright, 20 left, and I really hope I don't die. Let's just finish this off like this. Okay, I want to see if I can leave one left, or somewhere around that. Okay. Let's get rid of... Ow. Let's get rid of you. You have low health. Alright, and just for fun, let's do this. There we go. Just a nice little impact there. My goodness, that was a good... I'm trying to take time off from the cutscene, and I don't really know how long that was, so... I want to guess it was a good, like, 7 minutes, maybe?
Where's the king?
There he is.
Come on!
Your Majesty.
Xehanort!
How long has it been since I abandoned that name?
Out with it, nobody! Where's Kairi? Where's Riku?
I know nothing of any Kairi. As for Riku, perhaps you should ask your king.
Stop!
Sounds as if Mickey's hiding something.
Sora, duty. What's going on?
Way to fall right into their trap. Come on, it's a setup by Organization 13. Xemnas is using you to destroy the Heartless. That's his big master plan.
In case you remember Days, there's a pretty key thing. I did not mean to make a pun there, but there's a pretty key thing that was mentioned in Days.
Xemnas.
Organization 13 wants to get rid of the Heartless?
Man, you're slow. Every Heartless slain with that Keyblade releases a captive heart. That is what the organization is after.
So what are those guys gonna do with the hearts?
I'm not telling.
Tell us.
You're the one who kidnapped Kairi.
Bingo. The name's Axel. Got it memorized?
Where is Kyrie?
Of course, if you couldn't tell already, he likes to say got it memorized a lot.
Please, just tell me.
Look, about Kyrie, I'm sorry.
Axel.
Uh-oh.
We'll ensure he receives the maximum punishment.
I don't care about any of that. Just let me into the realm of darkness, okay?
If it's Kyrie you're worried about, don't. We're taking very good care of her.
Take me to her.
Is she that important to you?
Yeah, more than anything.
Show me how important.
Please.
So you really do care for her. In that case, the answer's no.
You rotten!
Are you angry? Do you hate me? Then take that rage and direct it at the Heartless. Pitiful Heartless, mindlessly collecting hearts. And yet, they know not the true power of what they hold. The rage of the Keyblade releases those hearts. They gather in darkness, masterless and free.
By the way, since we already watched the
Until
Days
they
movie,
weave together
they've
to
kind of said this before.
kingdom
I mean,
hearts.
in
When that
a lot of
time
people's
comes,
opinion, you're
we
not
can
supposed to
truly
watch or play
finally
Days
exist.
before 2 because
What
it
in the
kind of
world
mentions a
do you
lot of
think
things
you're
that
prattling on about?
2 brings up, so yeah.
Kingdom Hearts belongs to me. The heart of all kingdoms. The heart of all that lives. A dominion fit to be called Kingdom Hearts must be my dominion.
Maleficent, no! No more Heartless!
I do not take orders from you.
Fool.
Oh no!
While I keep these creatures at bay, you devise a way to vanquish them forever.
Maleficent,
Do not misunderstand me. I shall have my revenge on you yet.
Maleficent!
Leave now.
I don't take orders from you.
Sora, come on!
But what about...
Now then, where did we leave off?
Huh? Which side are you guys on anyway?
The Heartless ally with whoever's the strongest. Yes, Sora. Extract more hearts.
No! The hearts! Maybe everything we've done, maybe it was all for nothing. What am I supposed to do if I can't use the Keyblade?
Imbeciles. You can't be trusted to do anything.
Huh?
So like we got a lot of information. The organization is now using us to basically do their job and create the Kingdom Hearts by collecting the hearts from the Heartless. By the way, that is something that is actually showing up in the game too, because if you defeat a Heartless, then it actually also makes a heart pop out. But I'm pretty sure it never actually like went into like the little darkness thing that it showed in the cutscene, and even afterwards, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But that was something. Like, Sora is willing to beg to get Kairi again, man.
Sora! Donald! Goofy!
Relax. Those three aren't going down that easily. The Keyblade's chosen one. He's a lucky kid.
See you soon.
Sora knows the truth now. The more Heartless that he defeats, the closer he is to becoming our perfect puppet. This new knowledge will make him that much harder to control.
What does it matter, really? Whatever his circumstances, Sora has never been able to help himself from saving people from the Heartless. It's what his pure little heart wants.
There. The dice have been cast. Things are in motion. He can't stop this.
Nothing is set in stone. If the dice aren't in your favor, you will share Demyx's fate.
The fun is in not knowing, isn't it? What is the point of betting on something if you already know the outcome?
Are you sure that defeating him won't derail the organization's plan?
If he is to die so easily, he is of no use to us.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. It's not in my nature to hold back.
I guess sometimes help comes from unexpected places.
So yeah, the organization is having their plan full-fledged in motion. And sorry that I'm not talking so much during the cutscenes. I'm actually A, really invested, and B, people are talking within the house, and I kind of don't want you guys to hear it, so I have to mute the mic. But yeah.
Imbeciles! You can't be trusted to do anything.
Huh?
What's this place?
It must be the realm of darkness. Kairi! Riku!
What? Who's there? What is it?
Are you sure you want to open that? Gorge! It's the gang from Twilight Town. There's Hayner, Pence, Olette, and,
Roxas.
Yudorama.
No. The name just popped into my head. This is Roxas.
Are you sure you want to eat that?
Salty? No. Sweet.
And that ice cream opens up our second keyhole to get out of here. somehow. I don't know why the ice cream has connection here. I guess it's because Scrooge was making sea salt ice cream before, but well, then again, it's also to answer the whys because he liked eating it, as you saw in the cutscene earlier. But sometimes I really feel like the connection between the item in the world and the keyhole, you have to think about it a little bit more before it actually makes a lot of sense.
Not yet. I gotta look for Kyrie.
That ice cream, I'm pretty sure, doesn't really ever show up again, but nor does the picture. I don't think either of those really have any form of, like, relevance later on in the game.
A photo and some ice cream. Wonder if there's some sort of clue. And who would have left them for us anyway?
Riku?
You think?
Just this feeling I got.
Yeah! Well, almost, yeah!
Hey, what if the Heartless are back again? I can't use the Keyblade. That would only help the organization.
Now, this is a very interesting choice that goes nowhere, because this could be a whole morality thing where either you could choose to fight them, or you could choose to not fight them. But the Kingdom Hearts series doesn't really go that in deep with the whole, like, details of gameplay. But one thing we need to do is that we have to go back to previous worlds in the game, which is something Kingdom Hearts 1 didn't do, and Kingdom Hearts 3 won't be doing, which is something that surprised everybody. We're not returning to worlds. We're going to all the worlds except Disney Castle. At some point, we have to go back to Hallow Bastion. We need to go to Atlantica at some point anyways. And pretty much any other worlds. And yeah, these worlds are locked up for some reason. They're just locked up again. But in the next episode, we're going to be going back to the Land of Dragons. But until the next video, take care.